and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my April favourites. Can I start off by saying that Mitch Cole is always my April favourite? It's his birthday in April, so happy birthday Mitch. But I also have a butt ton of beauty and skincare and all fun favourites like that, so let's get cracking. In perfect Alice fashion, I'm going to start off by talking about a product that I don't have to glamorously model for you, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. Although I picked it up in January, in the UK it's been around about a month, so I thought I would talk about it in this favourites, and I really like that foundation. It stays on, like, really well. It really sticks around, but doesn't, like, look shit like 8 hours down the line. It looks good. It's a great no fuss going to work foundation, don't want to worry about my face, and it's also a good no fuss going out foundation because the coverage is really good. You don't want to be like bringing out a concealer if you've like wiped half your foundation off because you're a drunken mess. And also, I think it's going to be a great summer foundation because when it gets hot and sticky, everybody knows foundation melts off their face. So I think spend the tenner or whatever it is and pick it up because I think it will work well for the vast majority of people. I'm going to stick with the drugstore theme and I'm actually going to talk about these, which I've recently reviewed on my blog, which are the Excess Shimmers by Max Factor. I've got 3 of the shades. I believe there's maybe 8 in the range. I've got the shade Copper, Bronze and Onyx. I will leave my review of them down below where I talk more in depth about them. But what I will say, I took a picture of my eyes with them on and it's just my eyes being wrinkly. It's not the product stays on like a dream. They're really easy to use, no fuss eyeshadows. So if you're somebody who wants a wash of colour over your lid but can't be faffed with all that blending, I particularly would recommend Copper Flat because you can just shove it on with your finger. But yeah, so I've been liking those, and sticking with Max Factor, quite clearly I think they're bringing it at the moment with their more recent releases. I've got 2 of the Creme Puff blushes. I've got number 15 Seductive Pink, and I've recently picked up Nude Mauve as well. I think these blushes are awesome. The packaging I really like. I think I spoke about that in another video. And I'm a big fan of MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Stereo Rose, so I wanted to try these out. They look like that marbled texture and I just think they're a really great cheaper alternative. Obviously the pans are smaller, but you know, you can pick up more colours. I would definitely recommend them and there's a colour to suit everyone I think, so I would pick them up. Did you hear that screaming child? Anyway, sticking with cheap makeup, I wanted to talk about the Rouge Edition Velvet in Hot Pepper by Bourjois. This is a liquid lipstick and it is great. I've worn this a couple times during the day and I've always got compliments on it, and it's just easy to wear but packs a punch. I'm actually thinking of getting the pink one. I think it's called Pink Pong. And I'm not a bright pink lipstick wearer. I tend to always go red over pink, but I thought I'd give it a go, you know. I do like these and I think I will be reviewing them soon. And finally, I've got another lipstick formulation that I want to talk about, one of which I've got on my lips today, and that is the Matte Revolution lipsticks by Charlotte Tilbury. The 2 colours that I want to talk about specifically are Amazing Grace, which is what I'm wearing right now, and Sexy Sienna, which is what I wore in my last favourites video. So you can go watch that if you want to see that on. But Sexy Sienna is sort of like a peachy nude, and when I got this, which was in December, I knew I wasn't going to be wearing it tons then, but I knew as the weather got warmer I would definitely wear it more, and I have been, and I've been loving it. And Amazing Grace is this colour here. It's sort of that marsala rusty type colour. As you can see, it's sort of like, it's a neutral colour, but it's like more different. It's like that sort of more rusty red. And if you're somebody who's not quite comfortable to wear colours like this during the day, I would wear something like this to sort of like build your tolerance up, because it's not a nude, but it's a fairly neutral colour. And my last makeup favourite is something that I just wanted to quickly touch upon, which is the Narcissus palette. Depending where you are in the world, you can still get this, but in the UK it was a limited edition thing, which is a bit of a bummer. But I've actually been using the mirror in this quite a lot, and I've been like always looking down at the shades and look how pretty they are. This is just, if you can get your hands on this or it's in your collection, I would say whip it back out or go and get it, because it is a really fantastic neutral palette. And yeah, I just think I love it, and I didn't forget that I loved it, but I'm definitely having a bit more of a moment with it. She says as she's got Lorac Pro 2 on her eyes. But yes, I do love this. I'm going to move on to more skincare-y stuff. First up, a product from Roche-Posay. This is the Serozinc. You've probably heard a butt ton about this, but I've only recently just got it. It's basically a spray toner or like one of those spray waters, but for oily, acne prone skin. The ingredients literally are water and zinc sulfate. And it's also in an aerosol as well. I've been keeping this on my bedside table and I just spray my face with it, and it feels really good. And I know the hotter it gets, the more I'm going to be using stuff like this. And also it's, you know, battling my awful acne skin. So I've been loving this. You can only get this on essential.com if you're in the UK. I believe they ship worldwide, but don't quote me on that one. But yeah, this is great. Look at that. I think I've got maybe one more use out of this. This is the Effaclar Matte, which is a matte moisturiser in the Effaclar range. So again, it's sort of to do with like acne and oily skin. This is one of those products which I used up about 90% of it, and then I was like, oh no, I've almost used it up, so I stopped using it. But I picked it back up this month because I wanted to finish it off, and I just forgot how good it was. I tend to recommend more higher end moisturisers like the Clinique Dramatically Different one, and I recommended a L'Occitane one, but I think this is on par. And I know Roche-Posay isn't exactly £2, but you can definitely get it on offer and get it for under a tenner. So I would recommend this one if you have oily combo skin like me. I've got two body bits as well. One's for your hands. This is the Vaseline hand cream and Anti-Bac. When I lived in London, I used to live off this stuff, and I've just re-loved it. It's a hand cream which has like antibacterial properties in it as well. So what happens is you pop it on your hands, you rub it in, for about 10 seconds your hands feel sticky, and then you're like, oh no, it's gonna be an awful hand cream, and then like after 10 seconds has passed, it's like your hands feel clean but soft at the same time, and it's really, really nice. I mean, it's not the most hardcore hand cream, but I don't think it sells itself as that, because you don't want a really thick hand cream whilst you're walking about. I think this is a really good one for your handbag. And but it does moisturise your hands. That makes it sound like it doesn't. It definitely does moisturise your hands. But yeah, I just think it's a good hand cream to have if you're on the go and live that city life. I think this is my last beauty favourite, and it is Biafine. Again, another French skincare lotion or potion. This is basically help for your skin. I use this, I got a new tattoo this month, and I use this on it, and it's been fantastic. I've loved it. But also I've heard this is great for sunburn and just bumps and scratches if you want to help it heal along. I think it's just like sort of one of those things like Savlon or Creme. Yeah, I know it's a bit of an odd product to mention, but it's done its thing. Moving on to non-beauty favourites, my first favourite is vlogging! This is my vlogging camera. I've actually vlogged the entire month of April, and I'm gonna put it into one video. I'm gonna talk a bit more about it in that video, like why I decided to do it, but I've been enjoying it. I've been carrying my camera around with me, so it's been really fun to, I suppose, capture things that, you know, have been good. So yes, I've been enjoying doing that and not just vlogging on holiday, which I usually do. Another thing that I have been loving is my iPod. This my brother found in a charity shop for £48, I think he got it for. And I've been trying to get my hands on one of these for a while. I was like slowly saving up for one, and then they stopped making them, so I was like, oh no! But yes, so I've got this back and I've been attached to it. It's been fantastic. I've been putting my phone away in my bag and shutting everyone out, and it's been nice to have a little bit of Alice iPod time, which I used to have a lot as a teenager. Oh my god, that's so weird to say, but it's true. So yes, the old school iPod has been great. I've been loving this. Particular bands that I've been loving, actually, if you want to know. I've been listening to a lot of Jimmy Eat World, and I've been loving a lot of Haim. More the last week I've been loving Haim. But yes, so if you've got an old school MP3 player or whatever, put some tunes on it and, you know, put the phone down, because it's been fun. Whilst I'm still talking about music, I want to mention Songify the News. Now, if you remember way back when, like the whole hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, they made that song. He's killing all your people, they're stealing your people, hide your kids. Anyway, I'm gonna stop doing that. I've been listening to them recently, and oh my god, that's hilarious. They got Hank Green on it recently, they got Blondie on it. If you want to go more old school, they have like Weezer and Joseph Gordon-Levitt songifying the news. It used to be called Auto-Tune the News, but their app's called Songify, so they changed it to Songify. Anyway, there's one called America Gone to Pop, which I'm gonna link down below. Like, the thing that I've been singing to myself the most has been Songify the News. So when I'm just there like, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, cash money, get money, cash money. Or if I've been just like steak, vodka and caviar. People have probably had no idea what I'm talking about, but it's been that. So I've been loving that. Moving on to something maybe a little bit more cultural, a book. I've picked books back up. I love reading, but my issue with books is if I don't like get into it, I really struggle to read it. But if I do get into it, I read it straight away. And one of those books is If I Stay. If you remember when this film came out, I could not stop talking about it, and so I thought I would read the book, and there's also a sequel, and I've got maybe 20 pages left of this book, and I think because I know the story, I've been reading it a lot on my lunch breaks. Like, because I know where the story is going, I can pick it up and put it back down again, and it doesn't necessarily matter because I know where the story's going, if that makes sense. So I tend to read this for like 10 minutes on my lunch break, and as I said, I'm almost done. I love the story. If you love the film, read the book. And like, as most book film adaptation type things, there are more details and stuff in there that will always get missed in a film because there's only so many flashbacks you can do, right? But yes, I've been loving this, and I can't wait to get onto a sequel, which I'll probably be reading next. Maybe something else, but I'm glad that I've got back into reading again. I maybe should have put this in the beauty section, but I have been loving this bath pillow here. It's by Soap and Glory, as you can probably tell, but I'm sure any bath pillow can work. Although this one, as you can see, pretty big. But yeah, I know it's getting hotter and those people abandon baths, but I have been loving this. Like, usually when I sit in the bath, I tend to like sit alone with my thoughts, and this has just made that a little bit more comfortable. Like, I was sat in the bath the other day, right, and my face quite literally was like this. Like, if you've ever had a massage and your face just goes when you're having a massage, that's what I thought of, that's what I looked like. And it's just that little added bit of comfort in your bath. So if you're somebody who likes baths, I would recommend getting a bath pillow. I think this one's less than a tenner, I imagine it is. So I'd go for it. Right, I think that's everything from me today. I hope, oh, actually I've been loving this hat too. I got it in the sale from Topshop. If they still have it on sale, whatever, because it's got like a little bit of a different band. But honestly, I've been loving the fedora trend as well, so I just thought I'd shove that in there. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my vlog, that'll be up very soon. And yeah, I shall see you guys soon. Bye! Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would film a little bit of a dupe list for you. Whoop whoop, whoop whoop.